Hey guys, hope you're having a good day. All right, so I'm gonna kind of give you some information I've been getting from Spirit and what a lot of us are working on right now, and I'm definitely pulling some cards, getting some additional messages. A lot of us are seeing where we're not in alignment. And what I mean by that is you have a desire, you have a dream, you have a wish, you have a want, whatever it is, and you're not ready to receive it. And a lot of you guys are starting to get clarity, or you will be getting clarity on areas where you're energetically pushing it away, where you don't feel deserving, where you don't feel worthy, where you're not actually accepting what you deserve and what you desire. And a lot of times we'll feel very impatient and we'll feel very frustrated because we don't have what we want. But there's two different kind of things with that. Is some of us are actually moving forward with our heart. We know what we want, but we're not actually allowing ourselves to receive it, and we're energetically blocking it. Where there's other people who are saying they want something and they're blocking it, but it's like they're almost rejecting it without it actually, like, without allowing it to come in. So it's kind of going deeper and seeing like what blockages you have, or what conditioning or belief systems that you have that are preventing this from happening, from you either seeing it and accepting what you actually want, or for like what you have that you haven't received right now, how you're energetically still blocking it. And a lot of times what we do is we reject things subconsciously that we want because we don't feel good enough, we don't feel worthy, we don't feel whatever deeper feelings we have, we don't have them, like we can't receive it, right? So then we're not in alignment to receive it. And to be in alignment to receive it means like we're in a state of energy where we know what we want. Even if we have fears, we're willing and able to accept it and receive it and trust in it. And we have the stability to be able to do these things and to not run away, to have the tools to be able to handle anything that comes up. So this way it's stable, it's solid, and it's lasting. So a lot of us have been working on kind of our triggers and, like I said, our conditioning blockages, things like that. So we're learning new tools. We're getting a lot better with handling the way we receive stuff. We're getting a lot better at like not rejecting things or pushing things away or running away from things or putting walls up and blocking it. We're learning how to actually surrender even without the validation and like kind of trusting. And everybody seems to be going through it in different ways, but it's like you're either one end or the other. They're just a mirror shadow of each other, right? So it's like you can have, this is like one of the examples like that I get is like you could have the perfect job, right? You could have this whole idea of what you want to do. But if you feel like you're not worthy, you feel like you're not deserving, what you're going to do is you're going to reject it. You're going to make excuses. You're going to say, well, the time, well, the money, well, this, and you're going to make all these things as problems. Or what people do is they'll go into it and they don't feel deserving or worthy of it. So they'll purposely do things like call out of work or show up late or fuck up a thing to sabotage it, okay? So like you have two different groups, and this is kind of how it depends on how we receive and how we handle stuff, right? Both of us kind of look for problems. Both of us kind of look for reasons to walk away or reject it. But usually one group will go into it, and then even if they're getting the truth or their intuition's telling them something, they don't believe it because they don't internally accept it within themselves, right? It's the same thing if somebody gives you a compliment, right? Like somebody could say you're handsome or you're pretty or whatever. It might make you feel good temporarily. It might be some external validation temporarily because you're like, oh, that was nice of them to say, but you're never going to internally receive it. You're not going to actually believe it's true, and you're going to question it, or you're not going to accept it because you don't think you're attractive. You don't think you're handsome. You don't think you're pretty. So when somebody says it to you, even if consciously you're like, oh yeah, that was nice that he said that, internally, you're not going to be able to actually accept it. And you're going to still, even if it's somebody you're dating, you're going to still have trust issues with them where like, but are they really attracted to me? But do they really think I'm attractive? But do they really like me? Because you don't find yourself attractive. So whatever they're saying to you, you're not going to trust or believe. So we have like all these different kind of underlying things that are going on that we're getting awareness to, and we're clearing and we're healing, and we're starting to change and shift our perceptions, and we're growing that inner foundation. And that's why Spirit keeps saying it's here, because what you want is here. You're working on stabilizing the things and the energy for the full thing to come in. Like what part of what you want is already here. You're already receiving it. You're just stabilizing it. Hi. Are we gonna be good? Kiss? No. She always does this. She's such a little teasy bitch. So it's like, again, if you had the perfect job, so what might happen, like I said, you might reject it or something. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your focus on the things that don't fucking matter to you. Like what you'll do is you'll be like, in your mind, you'll reject it, but subconsciously, you don't even know you're doing it, right? And like I said, you'll look for problems or whatever. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your focus and you're going to put it onto things that don't really have value to you, that you just don't really give a fuck about, because there's no emotional attachment to it. You don't really fucking care. So if it fails or it falls through, there's no pain. There's really nothing. And there's not really discomfort because you don't give a fuck if you get it or not. You know what I'm saying? Whereas if what you want actually comes in and then like you don't get what you want, or you think you're not going to get what you want, then you have to go through this discomfort. You have to go through this potential pain. You have to go through this potential feeling. And so it's like, what's less, anxiety ridden, what's less risky is choosing things that we don't give a fuck about. You know what I mean? Whereas it's more risky to choose what we actually want. So whatever your own personal underlying issues are with that, you're coming to see what they are. You're coming to change them. You're coming to get internal validation. You're coming to trust yourself and what you know. And you're coming into this energy of making choices that are heart center aligned with what you want, even when they're risky. So some of you guys are learning patience, and some of you guys are learning to take baby steps forward. There's like kind of like a group where it's like some of you guys are learning, you're being blocked from seeing and feeling things because you're healing deeper things that are triggering you to not actually accept things about yourself, which energetically repels what you want from coming in. So you're working through those traumas and those triggers, but as they're coming up, you're actually being blocked from the truth and you're getting a lot of illusions. Whereas the other group, it's like they're getting the truth and they're getting the clarity, and it's like they're the ones who usually reject and run away. So what they're learning to do is having to take baby steps forward into what they want, and either taking small actions or communicating like things in a small way to show them that it's safe and okay. So there's kind of like the mirroring energy with both groups, and that's kind of what's going on for a lot of us right now. A lot of fears might be coming up, a lot of self-worth issues, a lot of the way we perceive ourselves, whether that's physically, internally, what we think about ourselves, the way we, any type of confidence stuff. So it could be, like I said, physical confidence. It could be confidence in your abilities. It could be confidence in anything within yourself. And we're going to the deeper issues of where we develop these things to see the stuff that's flawed and to heal it, to work through it. So you might be having a lot of triggers. You might be having a lot of emotions and feelings coming out having to do with this. And they're saying dark night of the soul. Some of you guys are going back into dark night of the soul, where you're dealing with some of these energies and feelings. As they're going on, there's a lot of physical energy stuff too, as they're going on. So you might be feeling a lot of like physical energy symptoms like ascension flu. So it feels like you have the flu or cold or something like that, but you're not sick. Like you can tell you're not sick, but you might like have coughing, sneezing, things like that. A lot of heart chakra stuff is getting worked on too. So you might be having like the energy, the chest energy, heaviness, pressure, feeling like you can't breathe that good. A lot of the arm tingling. I've had a few people who came in having the chest stuff and the arm shit today. That might be coming up. Heart chakra just came out. So yeah. All right, let's just pull some fucking cards and see what we got going on. All right. 4 to 4. Damn, we got 444. I was like, I'm going to laugh if it's 444. We just got 444. Is that all the cards we're doing? Okay. I'm not even surprised. We got trapped in... Okay, I guess we're taking that card. Ooh, we got spiritual union. I'm just curious for myself. That's not really a message. I just more so nosiness, because anytime I see like love cards, I always look at them. We got trapped in fear, shadow, and universe. And I love this 818. So we got reflecting numbers, which shadow is literally the reflection I just talked about. So yeah, this is kind of what I already said. It's like spirit is, and these are like major arcanas, right? Spirit is like helping you to see your deeper shadows, helping you to see your deeper feelings, helping you to work through areas where you're afraid, where you're running away. I keep hearing the words rejection and abandonment. So a lot of you guys, it might be rejection energy or abandonment energy, excuse me, or feeling like you have to present yourself in a way that is not who you are. Maybe you learned or you were taught that like something about you was not good or was not special or there was something wrong with it, but is who you actually truly are at your core. And like you've been kind of putting on this persona or this facade to yourself and other people, thinking like you need to act a certain way to be able to receive certain things. And a lot of you guys are seeing the shadows to that too. And that's a fear of your worthiness, of not being good enough, of something being wrong with you. So there's definitely this big collective energy that's coming in, especially for the light workers, to really help you kind of go into those deeper subconscious feelings and like face things that are hurting you, face things that made you not feel good, face energy and emotions. And for some of you, what I'm getting with this card in the shadows is like you're facing areas where you have anger, where you have repressed feelings, where you have, they're saying illusions, but where you have, what's the word? They're saying it, but I can't fully like make out what the hell they're saying. It's like, anguish. Okay. That's a weird word to use, but anguish, mental anguish internally. I never use that word. So maybe somebody needed that like specifically, but yeah. And I'm also getting like for some of you, it's like irritation and sadness, like you're frustrated or irritated, but they're very specifically using the word irritated, like you're irritated by situations or things that are going on. So just try to find how to calm the storm inside. Okay. Like I keep talking about this, like a lot of us are getting triggered. How can we go into healthy ways of dealing with stuff? So the best thing for me to do, but obviously do it for you guys, like the way that works best is what is going on? Why is this going on? You know, like what and why, kind of like, what am I feeling? What can I do about this? Like, how can I handle it? You know, how can I calm myself in this situation? If it's out of my control, what can I do to make myself feel better? Or why is it triggering me right now? If my emotions are reactive, but how do I deal with my emotions without emotionally reacting? You know, kind of just seeing what's going on, what it's teaching you, what's going on at a deeper level, and try not to give into fears and ego shit. I knew you were going to do that. Fears and ego shit. Yeah, try not to give into it. We got 444. I've definitely been seeing it a lot. Some of you guys might be seeing 444 a lot, 44. For a lot of times is significant of like your spirit team, like guiding you. They're saying like a lot of angel guidance at this time. So some of you guys might be seeing like angel numbers a lot or angel energies. You might be seeing like the little glimmers, like sometimes they'll come in a little bit sparkly or sometimes they'll come in as like orbs. Like you'll see it with your visible eye or you'll see it out of the corner of your eye. Like the archangels have different colors, orbs when they come in, like Archangel Michael comes in and he's like darker blue. And like Archangel Gabriel comes in usually like green. So you don't really need to know, who it is. Archangel Gabriel is usually orange. You don't need to know who it is though. You can just, or yellow. You can just sense it and feel it. You don't need to do anything with it. Okay. Heart chakra, authority, discontent, and boredom. Are you going to be good? She's like eating my stuff. Hi. Do you just want some love? Do you just want mom's love? Because I'll give it to you. Just don't eat my stuff. Hold on. I just got to give the cat some love. Sage is like, give me love, mommies. Don't eat that. I will kick your butt. No. Sit. No. You know what I'm saying to you. You're not two. You ain't a baby. It's so funny because she acts like a toddler and dead ass. Like she knows what I'm saying to her. Like she totally understands and she does what she wants. She's a cat. They do what they want. They make the rules. Nope. You're going to go down. Enjoy. You got toys down there. Okay. I definitely get like a lot of like mixed energy, like masculine, feminine energy with it. Like it's almost like this masculine energy mixed with the feminine. Like, and they're saying the words integration. So a lot of you guys are integrating energies and they're also saying like you're integrating. So whatever you're trying to manifest or whatever, you know, like is coming in for you, your fulfillment of wishes or whatever it is. A lot of you, if this resonates, you're integrating it right now. And you'll already know that, like, you'll 444. You'll already kind of feel that and know that. I don't know how to explain it, but if it's for you, you already know. I don't need to explain it to you. Yeah, okay. I guess whoever needed that. You'll know it intuitively. Like you would have already been kind of feeling it. So this feels like some of you guys are going in and out of different energies, and this might be the masculine too, because I'm picking up a lot of masculine energy with this. Kind of what it feels like is this is kind of what the masculine's going through, but then it feels like the feminine is feeling the masculine's energy going through it, and then they're feeling a little bit too. But it feels like this in and out energy, like where it's like it comes and goes, comes and goes. And it feels like this like very like open heart chakra or a heart chakra opening. There's like a lot of like love, or there's a lot of like excitement, adventure, stuff like that. And then it goes back to this like kind of like guarded defensive energy. It's almost like just like not a wall goes up. It just goes into like this very guarded defensive energy. And then it goes into this like sadness, like frustration, feeling annoyed with the process. And it feels like it's like continual. Like whoever this is for, obviously I know this won't be for everybody. It's for whoever the fuck needs it because they're having me read it. Is like, and then it's just like, and it keeps going. But it's almost like with this last card, it's like this, I want this wish fulfillment, but I'm not willing to look at it. I'm not willing to turn around and see what it is that I want and face it. And it's like they know what they want, but they're not willing to accept it. They're not, I want to pull another card with this. They're not willing to go in and accept it. Like, and they're saying like, you're not seeing it for what it is. Like you're not, it's not like a running away thing. It's almost like, I'm trying to figure out like the energy from it. It's like they know what they want. They see what they want. But it's like they keep turning their back toward it. And then they're getting frustrated that it's not coming in. It's almost like this expectation that is just going to kind of come in for them without them having to like face their emotions and do the work. That's what it feels like. It more so feels like this, like they're saying the word hindrance. Like, it's like they're in this guarded energy and they're not really opening themselves fully up. It's like they feel like they are, but they're not really fully doing it. Whoever this is for, okay? It could be masculine or feminine. I am getting a lot of masculine, but it could be for either. Or it could be situational, you know? And it's like this excitement, this desire. Then it goes to this like guarded defensive energy. And then it goes to this, I'm not going to look at it. I'm not going to see it. I'm going to kind of turn my back and I'm going to kind of be like frustrated and annoyed by the process because it's not just coming in for me. It's like this expectation it should just come in, and it's like, but you have to do the work. Like you have to walk the fucking path. You can't get to the top of the mountain without making the steps toward the top of the mountain. You can't just get airlifted to the top of the mountain without a fucking, you know, the plan to get airlifted. Like you have to walk up the fucking mountain. I don't know. Let me pull something else with this. Because there's some, I don't know. They're not fully giving it to me, and for some reason I feel like I need to pull cards. Okay, we got crown chakra. You want me to pull that? No. We got fertility and disruption, and then we got sacral and light. It's this fear of like opening your heart chakra up. It's this fear of trusting what you know. It's this fear of just feeling afraid to blossom and be who you are. And it feels like just a lot of inner conflict. It's just like this is non, you know, energy specific. It's just this inner conflict where you're kind of holding yourself back, where you're not like feeling fully comfortable being yourself and shining your light. And it feels like some of you guys are really just like, and they keep saying the word rejection again, like not fully opening your heart up. It's like almost like you're wanting, it's like you're wanting it to come in, but you're not fully allowing it to come in. So if you have walls up, and I think that's what they're trying to say is like, if you still have walls up, then how the fuck is somebody going to come in? There's no door, guys. So if you have a wall up and there's no fucking door, then you're not really actually open to receiving what you keep bitching about not receiving. And you keep thinking like, I'm doing the work, and maybe you are doing the work. But if you're doing the work behind the wall, but you're not taking the wall down, then how the fuck can you expect what you want to come in? And it feels like a lot of you guys are being asked to be vulnerable and drop your walls And really, oof, I could feel that in my heart chakra as soon as I say that. And open yourself up. I will say this, and I'm going to tell you this. This happened to me yesterday, actually. So I'm saying my fucking prayer, right? And Spirit said something I want, right? And they asked me, why don't you pray for it and ask for it? And I go, and I could actually feel my walls in that moment. And I go, which makes sense because as I'm saying this, like, it's not exactly what I'm saying to you right now, but it's similar. And obviously they want me to give you this example for whatever reason. So, yeah, so they're like, why don't you pray for and ask for it? And I go, and I'm like, I can feel these walls up and all this energy. And I'm like, why the fuck do I feel so uncomfortable? And why do I feel almost like frozen, like stuck, like frozen was the energy I was feeling. I was like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, why am I scared to ask this? And I was like, because I'm scared of you guys letting me down. Because I'm scared of, I'm going to ask for it. And if I ask for it, I'm not going to get it. And I'm going to be let down. And I was like, I'm scared that, like, when I was a kid growing up, I grew up in a very abusive household. And I would literally pray. I would just pray all the time. And especially before bed. And I would literally say, can you please help me? Like, it was just really, I could not handle it as a kid. It was just really fucking awful. And I remember I just completely like lost faith in that because it never happened and I had to go through it for a long time. And obviously I understand things different at this age, but I didn't understand it at that time. And this is kind of what popped up yesterday when that came up. And I go, like, I can understand, why that was part of my path and my soul lesson. But then you're asking me to put my walls down. You're asking me to be vulnerable. You're asking me to actually ask for this to come in and let this come in. And I'm scared I'm going to be disappointed. I'm scared I'm going to get hurt. I'm scared that I'm going to put my walls down and be vulnerable and let this come in. And I'm just going to be heartbroken and it's just going to hurt me. And I go, okay, let me put my wall down. I can feel my energetic walls. So I'm like, let me put my walls down. And I asked for what I wanted. And I go, please don't fucking disappoint me, guys. Like, please, like, you guys are asking me to ask you for this. Like, please don't do this to me. And I had to, like, go into it and kind of acknowledge that I'm actually terrified of what I want to actually happen. And I think a lot of times we don't want to acknowledge that we keep asking for these things. But then if they do come in, we're actually terrified of them coming in because it's so different than what we're used to. And we don't feel strong enough or we don't feel safe enough. We don't feel like we'll be able to handle it. But really, that's what you're being prepared for. That's why in the beginning of the journey, you're always shown what you're working toward. And that's why it takes a while because you're healing all those things. So you can actually say, I deserve this, and actually receive it and realize you're actually safe and okay. You've already prepared for this. Like, everything that's been kind of going on, you've already, like, it's all fine. And it feels like Spirit's kind of giving it to you. And if this is for you and you're getting it right now, they're giving it to you in little pieces and baby steps to help you with trusting that you're strong enough to handle it and helping you kind of see stuff as it's going on, the deeper stuff. So that's what they mean when they say, like, it's here for you. It might not be the full thing you want right now, but part of it's already fully here for you. It just hasn't fully solidified and stabilized because you're still working through some stuff that needs to trigger for you to see like you're safe and you're good and everything's okay, and build that foundation super strong so nothing breaks it. And that's kind of what's going on. So, with this card especially, is like, if you're not allowed, and really all of the cards, but if you're not allowing your walls to go down, it doesn't matter. It matters that, I shouldn't say it doesn't matter. It matters you're doing the work, but if the walls aren't coming down, then how are you going to receive? And if you don't believe in it, then when you are actually receiving it, you're not going to trust what you're receiving because you're not letting yourself trust what you're receiving, okay? We got sacral chakra and light. A lot of this, they're saying, is self-empowerment. So a lot of you guys are coming into this self-empowerment energy with your desires. Like, you're coming into learning how to have more faith and trust in them, but you're learning how to empower yourself and be confident in situations, especially when they're really positive. It's not as easy. And I was talking to somebody about this earlier today, and I was saying, like, if I have like confidence in my abilities, especially if I tell some people shit, like, I'm confident in that, right? There's no lack of confidence. Like, even if we both don't understand it, like, I know that it was said for a reason, and I'm confident Spirit gave it to me. I'm confident in my stuff too, but I have fears that what if I'm wrong? And what I realized today is when I have intuition about positive things or I have spirit message about positive things, it's like I don't trust in those, but I'll trust in the fear ones. I'll trust in that person's a piece of shit or that person's not good because I know it and I can feel it. And it's because there's still a part of me that doesn't believe that I can receive what I want. There's still a part of me internally that's like, you're never going to be able to receive what you want. And I'm not totally sure why I have that, and it will heal and, will come up naturally as it's supposed to. Oh, don't be a bitch. Okay. Nope. No. But there's still some part of me that I can feel it right now. Like, as I'm saying it, there's still some part of me that just doesn't fully believe. I always say this, there's a difference between like feeling and knowing. And it's like, I know that what I want's going to come in. I know I deserve it. I know all of those things, but do I always internally believe them and feel them inside? No. And that's where we're getting into alignment with all of that balancing out. And if I don't feel like and believe, that what I want is actually going to come in, if it comes in, I'm not going to trust it. I'm going to question it. I'm going to kind of probably go back to fear mode. Not now because I have awareness to it. But you see what I'm saying? Without the awareness to the deeper stuff, we go into it and we reject it. We push it away, or fear just came out. Or we question those things, and then we don't trust them and we don't feel safe in them. And so that's kind of what's going on. We're seeing those things at a deeper level. Really interesting cards. Okay. We got milestone on the bottom. We got... Hold on. Ooh, I just started getting so fucking busy. We got happy success, planning and action, a creative endeavor, 828. We got a lot of mirroring energy. We got the 818 and the 828 right now. A lot of mirroring energy, reflection. So this is like, it's like they're saying divine timing with this. It's like what you want is coming. It's already being prepared. You're already taking the path and it's going to open up for you. Like you're going to start seeing it in your physical reality soon. You might already start seeing bits and pieces of the puzzle. I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to have to put her down on the floor again or not. She is just all kinds of chaotic today. Do you want to lay with me? Do you want some attention? Can you not fuck with the camera? Or am I, oh my God, she's going to break my crystal. It's like my carnelian flower agate. They're like a little bit more rare, and I would be very sad if she breaks my crystal. It's like, it's already being planned. You're already being guided with this. Like you should already know this, like, and it's going to open up soon. Like, but they're saying like what you want will happen. But again, if you don't believe that it's going to happen, even if it comes in, you're not going to trust it. So you might not fully accept it and receive it. And then what are you going to do? You're going to constantly question it. You're going to make, choices based on fear and shit like that. Sage, stop. No, look at me. Hey, no. Hey, no. Trying to see if this works. Hey, no. Trying to set boundaries with this bitch. What are you trying to get? You want me to throw something for you? Here. Okay. We got fear, fragmented energy, and vast universe. So if you notice, a lot of the same cards are kind of coming out. This definitely feels like the feminine too, but you could be a man, take it if it resonates. It's like the fear of all these different things kind of coming in. And it's like you don't fully understand it. Like you have all this energy, emotions, thoughts, and things coming in, and you don't fully understand it, but it's a part of your path. Like this is a part of your purpose. And some of you guys are going to be getting clarity if you haven't been. Some of you guys are starting to understand your fears. If you go, she's so distracting. Come here. If you go, no, I'm going to hold you hostage. If you go into the fear, you can see a lot of times what you're actually afraid of is not what you're actually afraid of. You think you're afraid of something, but you're not actually afraid of that. There's something below the surface that you're actually afraid of. And it usually relates to like something that happened to you in the past that caused that. But this energy just feels like there's a lot of fears coming up. There's a lot of like things coming up that seem unrelated, but are actually related toward your path and toward your purpose. So kind of the advice is try to just calm the storm. Kind of what I said before about calming the storm. And we get 2 cards with storms. Try to just calm the storm the best you can and try to just go into yourself and see like what this is trying to tell you, what this is teaching you. So when you have a fear come up, a lot of times what do? We're like, oh, that's not true. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, this. And we try to justify, we try to ignore, whatever the fuck we try to do, okay? Everybody does it different. This is what I do. And this is, I only do this now. I used to not do this. Oh, I got like a hair on my face. Is, okay, what is it that I'm actually afraid of? And I'll just start talking about it. Like, and I'll just start doing that, and it will just usually naturally come up as I go into it. And I'm like, what is my feeling with this? What is the worry with this? What's the worst case? Like, what's, you know, and just kind of asking myself questions like naturally, and you'll kind of see what the deeper feeling is. But it's like kind of what they're saying is like whatever's coming up, it's like pieces of the puzzle to bring you on your path. It's part of the path. Like this is part of the journey. And like some of you, it's to help with healing yourself, to help with healing with other people. It's not all fear stuff too, though. Like they're saying it's not all fear stuff. Like some of it's actually really positive things too. And if you can look, if you can look at it, you'll see it. My King of Michael, or not my King of Michael, my King of Ariel came out. Oh, I love it. All right, we got 9 of Raphael on the bottom with Queen of Gabriel, and they want me to take both of those. So this is, you can do anything right now, go after what you want, and you got Make-A-Wish dreams become a reality. So for a lot of you, this is kind of that light card and the sacral card. It's like standing in your power, standing in your confidence, and going toward what you want, knowing that like what you want and what you deserve will actually come in. Don't be settling for shit you don't actually want, and or tell yourself you want something you don't just because you're scared to actually receive what you do, okay? For whoever that is, that's not for everybody, but half of you feel like you go into like less than what you want and deserve because you're scared to receive more than you deserve. We got Perspective, the Star, and Page of Raphael. Damn, guys. So this is kind of what I've said is like we're shifting our perspective, and we got, these are like major arcanas. We're like shifting our perspective, like we're getting an inside like outlook and understanding stuff at a deeper level. The Star card is literally the light card, the same one we got already, your dreams coming true. And if you remember, I don't know if you guys saw the reading I did the other day where they were saying about a star. I don't know, I still haven't figured it out, but then I realized because they had said Jupiter, and I'm like, what the fuck y'all saying Jupiter? Jupiter just went direct again. So it's weird because every time they bring up a planet, it keeps going direct, like days after they keep saying it to me. I haven't really fully understood what the fuck they're doing with that whole situation, but I mean, I don't need to know everything. They'll tell me what I'm supposed to. But yeah, you got a new emotional situation, messages regarding relationships or social invitations, great intuitive insight. And you have the Star card, a dream coming true, believe in yourself, the end of a difficult situation. For some of you guys, just some new emotional experience is going to come in for you guys. Something that you already intuitively know, you can already intuitively feel it, is something that you really want. It's that dream come true. And, you know, I think the last reading I did was all about that. Like, we got the wish fulfillment, we got dreams come true, like, we got all of that energy, and we're getting kind of it again, right? So we got the 6 of Ariel. This is, like, very strongly, like, what you want is going to manifest in the real world. You just can't see it. Like, it's almost kind of the example they're giving me is this, right? It's like, this is you representing you, and this is the tree. And you want the tree to blossom with the fruit, which is your dream, your abundance, whatever the fuck you want, right? But it's like you're looking down here. You're looking at the tree trunk, and up top, all the fruit is there. It just hasn't fallen for you to be able to see it. It's not visible to you yet, but the fruit's there. So kind of they're saying like, that's what's going on with you right now is like, you're focusing right here because you're supposed to be, but what you want is already here. It's already up here. You can't see it yet because you're not supposed to see it. But even if you did see it, would you really believe it? Because if you don't believe it can happen, then would you even believe it if it was here? And some of you guys are being blocked from it because you're supposed to be working on stuff to get into that energy. King of Ariel, my favorite, charming king. I love him. With King of Michael. Oh my God. Yeah, this is, look, what I'm getting is like, this is what you want coming in, and it's going to come in very stable. That's why you're not seeing it fully right now, because it's just not stable. And it's going to come in and it's going to be very stable. It's going to work out. Like, it's something that is lifelong. And yeah, like sometimes that means you have to build a strong foundation. And they're kind of giving me this example with the tree is like, you know, if I plant a seed in the garden, you know, like, is that plant going to weather all storms? Probably not. But if I fucking plant an oak tree and it takes a while to grow, the roots go so deep into the ground that even when a storm comes, that shit is still solid. That trunk does not go anywhere. Those roots do not come up. And that's what's going on with you guys. Your manifestations are coming into that energy. But with this King of Michael, like, you guys have to let your guard down. You have to believe and don't just tell yourself bullshit. You have to get to a place where you truly believe it's going to happen. You truly believe that it's going to come in and you deserve it. Say like a relationship. Perfect example of this. So the person you want to be with, the relationship comes in, they tell you what you want to hear, they say all this stuff. If internally you don't believe that you can have what you want, what are you going to do with that person? They're going to tell you and say and do all the right things, and you're going to still question it in your head. You're going to still sit there and you're going to be like, they're going to leave. They're going to not, you know, stay. They're going to cheat. Something bad's going to happen. You know, they're going to like go off and be with somebody else or leave me. Maybe they're just using me and just want to be with me because they're insecure. And you're going to have all these doubts and fears and all that. And that's not the problem. The problem is when you don't believe it, you're not going to like be open. You're not going to be your authentic self. You're going to be guarded. You're going to be defensive, which is going to cause problems that you don't need. And so you're getting to that place where you have the awareness and the tools to get into that energy where you will put the walls down. It will naturally happen. That's why they said the 444 before. They're telling me that right now because you're being guided to this. So don't force yourself to be like, yeah, I believe. Yeah, I believe. That doesn't make it come in, guys. Like, you will get to a place where you truly feel empowered and truly believe. And that does not mean, I just want to say that does not mean you're fully healed. That does not mean that you won't have fears. There won't be worries, but you'll have a stable inner foundation where you'll be able to communicate stuff. You'll be able to trust that this person loves you. You'll be able to trust that you're deserving and worthy, where you're not going to sabotage or try to push it away. You're going to be at a strong place internally where you can recognize, okay, this is just a fear. You're going to be at a place internally where you can go, let me have a conversation with this person where you guys can heal together, where you're not constantly triggering each other or running away or, you know, doing shit outside of you. You're at a place where you guys are both stable and solid, where you can have these conversations where you can trust and where you know that this person really cares about you. This person really loves you. Like, you will have that deep foundation of knowing. So you're working toward getting out of this guarded energy. You're working toward being vulnerable. You're working toward putting the walls down. And I love how I've been saying that. And look, we got like the kingdom with the walls and him literally being guarded as fuck. I don't know if you can see because of the light reflection. But yeah, so I love how I've been getting that analogy. And that's exactly what it is. And it's like, this is like, that's what it is. Like the card literally is successful, stable, accomplished, powerful. Your plans are working out very well. And then you got the 6 of Ariel, material needs get fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways. So it's like, it's coming in for you. The solid foundation is just not fully stabilized. So you might have the tree, you might have the tree trunk, you might have the fruit of abundance up top. You just can't see it because you're still getting to that place where anything that maybe would make it not be lasting is kind of working itself out and stabilizing. If this message is for you, you would know it. Don't make it yours just because you want it to. You will know if it's for you because you would already be feeling these things like this. You would already be seeing it. You'd already be feeling it. Like, yeah. Some of you might come in the near future. Some of you it's here now. Like, it just hasn't solidified yet. That's all. Okay. What do you want us to know? This is my new deck. Not my new deck, the new deck I bought. Yeah. We got Leo on the bottom, shine, with Pallas Athena, think. And we got sustainability on the bottom. You want me to take that one too? Yeah, this is just coming into your power, guys. Shining your light. We've been kind of talking about that. It's like shining your light and being empowered with who you are. With the think and sustainability card, It more so feels like trying to get out of your head so much and realize that you're just building, and we got 44, you're just building this really solid internal foundation, and everything's kind of balancing within your system first in order for it to come in. We got the Aries act, and we got 7th house relationship. So for some of you, there's definitely like a relationship that feels like it's coming forward. Definitely soulmate romantic relationship. And I keep hearing the word rekindle. But something is stabilizing in that foundation. It's something you'd probably already be talking to. That's all they said. It'd probably be somebody you're talking to, and they like literally cut me off. That's all I'm getting. But it feels more so like you're not maybe seeing a lot of action with it, or you're not seeing a lot of movement forward because the energy is shifting for things to like stabilize, for them to come together to be solid. And as soon as it's the right time, and they keep saying divine timing to me, as soon as it's the right time where everything's kind of set in place and spirit like gives it the go ahead or the okay, it's just going to come in really quick. It's almost just like you won't even like know it or see it coming. You won't even be able to feel it. It's just going to come in really fast, but it needs to be this good place. And that's what you're working toward. I love this reading. I love that we're getting like duplicate messages and all that stuff. So anyway, I do hope that this helps you guys, and I hope you guys all have an awesome night.